Hello, everyone. This is the Dead People podcast, and here we have Mercutio from the famous play written by William Shakespeare himself, Romeo and Juliet. It wasn't easy getting you on this podcast, Mercutio. Your soul's pretty far gone. We had to do some extra complicated summonings. Anyway, we have some questions for you.
Yes, thanks for having me on the podcast, Ben. It isn't being dead, because, I'm dead.
How do you feel about being on the podcast?
Well, I think it's great being here. It's better than wandering the infinite abyss that is purgatory. At least there I can talk to someone.
Uh, so in the play, after you're killed, Romeo avenges you. How did you feel when he avenged you? Did you feel that his banishment was fair at all?
When he avenged me, I think that it was a rash decision from Romeo, but I commend him for it. Because if he just let Tibbo go after he killed me, well, I would have been mad. Also, I'm a bit mad that he didn't originally fight Tybalt, because.
Next question. So the Capulets and Montagues have had this rivalry for so long. Did you think it would be this bad?
Honestly, I thought the whole rivalry was gonna blow up a bit sooner. And yeah, I kind of expected this. Because if you put two rich people in the room, one of them is gonna be gutted by the end of the day. It's how it is.
True enough. How is it being
Indeed.
dead? Is it fun, and have you met some old friends?
Well, being dead is kind of peaceful. Like, you don't really need to eat. You don't really need to, like, do anything. You just exist. Though I'm pretty surprised that I saw Romeo and Juliet so fast. I did not expect that.
Yeah, that would have been pretty surprising too, wouldn't it? Speaking of which,
Yeah.
so Romeo and Juliet killed themselves. How did you feel about that?
Well, I feel sympathy for them because they're nothing but lucky lovers. Perhaps if they weren't born, into their respective families, I would think life would be better for them. I also feel somehow responsible for their undoing and debts because I kind of was the one who started this whole escalation because I was killed in the fight with Tybalt, and Tybalt died to Romeo, which kind of blew things up to different levels.
Yeah, makes sense. When you were bleeding out before you died, you said, "May a curse befall on both of your houses." Why did you say that?
Well, I believe no, I don't believe this is true. I It was both the families of Montagues and Capulets that caused my death. If they were not enemies and instead were allies or didn't even meet each other at all, I wouldn't have died to the hands of Tybalt.
It's
It's
a
like
fair enough
why?
answer. You were very good friends with Romeo. Do you think that he had made good choices in who he befriended and met, like Friar Lawrence, Juliet, and more?
Yes, I think he made very good choices by befriending people without allegiance to other people, or just good people in general. Although his choice of pursuing Juliet may have been a little of a bad idea, but what am I supposed to say? I can't decide who loves who.
True.
Yeah.
So near the end of Romeo and Juliet, when Juliet fakes her death, do you think that if Friar John had successfully given the letter to Romeo, do you think that things would have turned out so much better, or would they still get caught or meet some other bad fate?
Yes, I though. Yes, yeah. If Friar John did give the letter to Romeo, then the ending and the fate for both of them would have been much better than the fate they received. But I think the whole plan in the first place was very stupid and it had tons of ways that it could fail. But yeah, yeah, if Romeo did learn of the plan, things would have been much better for them. Unlucky, I guess.
Well, thank you everyone for tuning into the Dead People podcast. We'll see you on the next episode where we might have Shakespeare himself. May your soul rest in peace, Mercutio.
Wait, yo, we're done. This is so short. Wait, okay, continue. No, no. Ah!
Goodbye and have a good day.